And it looks like we're good. Hey everyone, Ragmooney here. As you can see on this screen here, well, there's an Impreza challenge. Last time we did a big 5 races, and I did a little poking around, and it's like, you know what? I could use the Audi. I could use like the Tavi and Trampo to do these, but I decided let's be a little more original here. So what I've done is I have taken an Impreza, and I've tuned it up. Oh god, we got Seattle Circuit full. Grr. But I've taken it and I've tuned it up to a relatively good degree. This car is actually really good. As I play tested around with it before, this is a nice car. I like the Impreza. I have it tuned to 393 horsepower. Oh, we're going in reverse. And it's got that ever famous. Yeah, you hear this engine sound? Well, when I go into tournament mode... Whoa. I thought we were going that way. Whoops. Well, when I get into tournament mode, get used to hearing this engine, because this is the Pikes Peak Escudo engine. Could have been worse, though. Could have gotten Laguna Seca. But I absolutely adore this car. This is a nice, fast car, Reno. Not gonna lie though, I kind of want to take this car into the, you know, that place we get the Daishin Sylvia. I kind of want to take this car in there and see if I can potentially get it, because we get 32,000 in money, and this stock car only costs 30,000. So that'll be something I play around with later. See if I can improve my times in the speed run at all. This thing is 2.2 turbo. I gave it, I believe, a semi-racing muffler and racing intercooler, along with the usual bells and whistles. And it ended up at 393, so it's like, you know what? That's perfect for the, man, you get some serious air with these cars here. Whoa! I also went and tuned another car we're going to be using later in this part. Yeah, spoiler alert, we're doing 7 races in this episode. You heard me, 7. Let me quote George Costanza one more time. 7 Costanza. Yes, I watched Seinfeld. I'm a boring person. My head, why? There we go. Yeah, I watched Seinfeld. God, that feels like such a weird turn to take. Feels like it'd just be an easy turn, you know, just like that. I can't even do the sound. Grr. Damn you, Super Gaming Brothers, for having a sound effect that I cannot replicate. Speaking of Johnny in general, I was browsing the TV Tropes page, mainly the Brain Scratch Comms funny page, and looking at a lot of those entries, it reminded me why I love the commentary group. Are they coming on 10 years yet? Because if they are, I hope they honor us with that jar of mayo for 10 minutes. I really hope they do. Only this time, make the jar of mayo have that same theme, you know, da-na-na-na-na-na. Because you know they totally can. I mean, they're not making money on their channel. It's not going to get them a copyright strike for showing a single frickin' scene for 10 minutes on end. Whoa. Okay, dial it down there, Impreza. We're going downhill. You're bouncing around like a bouncing baby girl. Alright, that was an easy victory. Thankfully, this race is only 2 laps. I think every race I'm doing today is only 2 laps, so that's good for me. There we go. That's a racing trophy of this dealership down. 1 of 2. Yeah, as you can see, there's an Alcyone challenge too. Oh, so that's what it looks like. Cool. Alright, let's tune this bad boy up one more time because I promised myself I would make this a race car. And now I have broken the game. Yeehaw! Let's go racing! We are taking this station wagon cup down. Look at this. Rome's Short, Super Speedway, Special Stage R5. This is going to be a Fast and Furious 3 races. This should not take me too long at all to finish off, so yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think too much of the Subaru Impreza when I first laid eyes on it. I was like, huh, this is a car. I think I also drove a Tommy Chiara once just to, in-game obviously, just to see how it would handle, and I gotta say I was very surprised. I was very surprised at how well those cars kind of handled. They get my Maragdamune seal of approval. Now where the hell's my stamper so I can give that seal? That's another thing. Have you ever wondered what in the world your own seal would be like? Like, if you ever had to design what would be your own personal symbol or emblem, what would it be? Like, no cheating, you have to draw it yourself, but what would... Like, if you had to imagine your own symbol or emblem, what would it be? And it has to be totally original. Honestly, don't know what mine would be. Should have tuned this a little tighter. Because I'm not breaking 5th gear on this thing. I am not breaking 5th gear on this thing on this track. I probably will on Rome Short, maybe. So what I mean by these are going to be really nice and short. I'm getting all like the 2-minute tracks here. That's excellent. Of course, I got a small little rant on one of the greatest shows of the late 2000s to early 2010s. So I'll save it for when I get to that car, but let's just say you know where I'm coming from. You'll know where I'm coming from and why it was a good what it was, but we'll get to that soon. Super Speedway, one of the best. We're going to NASCAR, boys, and just for that. I'm definitely gonna want my racing config for that, which is 18. This is gonna be an easy. This will be an easy race because I reach easy top speeds on this one. See you later, boys. I'm about to eat my dust. And this is only a 2-lap race for Super Speedway, too, so this is going to be really short. This corner can easily be taken at 160. Oh, I'm losing speed on the turn. Interesting. That's interesting. Maybe I should have tuned a little tighter. Yeah, I should have tuned it to 15. I'll probably tune it down to... Whatever the next track is, I'll probably tune it down to 13, just so that I have the right, just so that I get the right feel. Yeah, I'll tune it down. I'll have to. That was an easy track. And again, I'm in a racing class car. You see why I like this Impreza? It's a really nice mid-grade car too that you can build pretty cheap in the game. To special stage R5. No, 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 no. Yeah, this is the full track. This one's gonna be long. Damn it. So we have 2-minute tracks again. Bop 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 bop. See if I can see. I remember these lyrics. Riders on the soul. Riders on the soul. Into this house we're born. To this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, sweet memories are all. Riders on the storm. Did I do it right? There's a killer on the road. I kind of want to sing now. There's a killer on the road. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, so I think that's as far as I'm going to go with that. Which Need for Speed do you think had the best soundtrack? Because I'm kind of torn between Most Wanted and the first game. Carbon had a good soundtrack too, especially with the more... Since it had 3 classic cars, it had a more diverse soundtrack to kind of encapsulate each car. Rather, each car class. But I think number 1 soundtrack is easily one of the best. Most Wanted, to everyone, is the best Need for Speed game. But I don't know just how great its quality soundtrack was. It was amazing, don't get me wrong. It was an amazing soundtrack. I just want to know, do people prefer Most Wanted soundtrack or Need for Speed Underground 1 soundtrack? Underground 2 was a great game because it was the first to bring us the open world driving and exploration, I guess, for that particular series, as far as I'm aware. But I felt like its soundtrack fell very short because there were very few notable tracks that were in that game. That's just what I think, because I think the only notable track of the game was Riders on the Storm, which was the theme track. That's just one selling point for a lot of games, too. If you don't have a good opening theme or main, or theme that you're known for, basically, then you're not going to sell or really be remembered as well, I would think. I mean, look at the Sonic series, look at the Mario series, like just any series in general, not just racing. Alright, it's almost time for rant mode of why something was amazing or why something was worse. Ah, Mitsubishi was in there. Excuse me. Look at that, we're only 13 minutes and I've already done these races. Let's go see our prize cars real quick, though. I mean, you're going to be able to see the prize cars before I switch over, so there you go. We got... Hey, another Impreza. But that's a station wagon, I hate that. The Mugen Wagon Accord. This really is a station wagon cup. Ew. And the Stagia. Oh, that thing looks ugly. No, no, get that out of here. Anyways, it's time, guys. For the reason, you can see it hovered, I'm about to press the A button, or the X button, I guess. The whole reason why I wanted to make this a 7-race series for today. We are driving the British Taxi. I love this car. Just because it reminds me so much about regular show because it was anything but. I loved regular show when it showed up. We're gonna go in reverse, work our way up from the bottom. Look how tightly tuned this is. I can tune that to a 5. Actually, we want this tightly tuned because these are going to be short tracks. I won't be taking advantage of this thing for long. But yeah, just the British Taxi. I have stage 1 turbo in this thing too, so I'm tuned and ready. I am ready. But, okay, so here's the reasons why I absolutely loved regular show back then. I'm going to keep it as a 4 no matter what. So, regular show, anything but, was that show by J.G. Quintel. You'll probably remember his work on The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, where he worked with Pendleton Ward. Then the two kind of split off and made their own shows. Adventure Time, which was amazing for its own reasons, but I think the show that resonated with me more was regular show, and I did a whole bunch of looking into it, about what was it about, why was it made, what was the basis behind it, and here it is, alright? J.G. Quintel made that show to tell stories about his college days. That is it. It is literally tales about what he did in college, with a little bit of imagination and embellishment thrown in here and there. And a lot of the characters that, almost every character I believe that was put in regular show was based off of someone they knew. That car is getting dangerously close to me. But every single one of them was made off of one particular character, so that's why I like the character Pops. That's why we all loved Benson, the boss. That was like the most aggravating guy. Mordecai, which is J.G. Quintel. Mordecai, for all intents and purposes, if you ever watch that show in the future and you've never seen it, just think of Mordecai as J.G. Quintel, but a Blue Jay. Rigby was the best friend, made some more hyperactive guy, and yeah, I kind of like that. I also liked how instead of being, humans just like any other show, they decided to take liberties and make all the characters a bit more wild and crazy, basically. Animals, sentient objects like clouds and gumball machines. It worked. It worked. And all your bases were covered too. Like you had the college dorm kind of, not really lifestyle, and oh man, I think my favorite episodes were the British Taxi episode, where Mordecai and Rigby basically they see this really hokey, cheesy 1960s B movie called Hello Guv'nor. They rent it from a video store. And Rigby ends up getting nightmares about it because he wants to get this noir style. He gets into this noir style sort of, fan base, but he ends up dreaming about the goddamn British Taxi that was in there. And of course, the British Taxi jump scare was, "Hello, Governor." And he cannot stay asleep because anywhere he thought of, he'd be thinking about that goddamn British Taxi. And he would be getting this weird. Rigby would be getting this weird sort of nightmarish thing happening to him, where he'd be keep hallucinating that he was seeing the British Taxi in his dreams or just in real life, like faxes and everything. It was all played up again as the cheesy B-movie stuff. And what solidified me that this series was amazing was the stinger near the end of the episode, where Mordecai is trying to talk Rigby down that there's no such thing as a living British taxi. Sure enough, they're getting chased. "Hello, Governor!" And he's like, "Holy crap, it's real!" Of course, it wasn't real, as we all know, but that was beautiful. Easily my favorite episode. Easily my favorite episode. By the way, I have to race one of these things as both a normal and a racing version. So that's going to be fun for some manufacturer events, I guess. I mean, I'm going to cheese the racing version of it anyways by spending 500k needlessly. I shouldn't need to brake at all with this thing. Or at least very heavily. I dare you to try driving one of these in arcade mode and try to win with it. It's impossible. I'm looking back so often, I apologize if this is giving you any kind of epilepsy or whatever, but I am looking back at I'm looking back so often because I gotta know where the hell my opponents are compared to me. Because I am in a slow British taxi, for God's sake. Should be able to outspeed these guys. I don't need to brake here at all. I need to pump the brakes just a bit there. Alright, I'll have to pull the brake here. Wow, I didn't even need to. I thought I had to pull the brake there, but nope. That was great. But yeah, British taxis. The other episode that is amazing is the ever-classic Grilled Cheese Deluxe. Mainly because I kind of feel like it showcases what we did, not only back in the day as, you know, computer geeks, but what we would spend our days doing during lunch hours. If we were, you know, in a public place like a library or something. We'd look up weird, like, no, let me see. Better not be the ostrich thing with the balls again. And sure enough, by that video, it was an ostrich kicking a guy in the nuts. And it was like, dude, it's the ostrich thing with the balls again. Alright. We're almost done with this episode. Man, I'm kind of happy I was able to fit so much content into one episode. Alright, let's tune you up to 5. Because I can get you your Stage 2 turbo, your racing muffler. You do not get air cleaner, and you do need your performance chip. It doesn't get intercooler, actually. But, yeah, we're ready to go here. And it's Rome Short, another good track. Another fun one. Ugh, here we go. But now you'll notice we got like we got a bit of a different engine sound here. Yeah. But I figured while I was talking about regular show... Oh, and it goes through... A guy has to... Basically, the whole plot of the episode, Mordecai and Rigby are eating grilled cheese sandwiches, watching the computer. And Benson comes in. It's actually Benson's, and they have to spend an entire episode going after another grilled cheese deluxe, and they pose as astronauts eventually because they get cut... Because some astronauts cut in line ahead of them. And it ends up they go off saving the world on an astronaut mission of some sort. And it has the greatest tagline ever. I can't remember what it is, but just, it borders so close on some actual foul language, and that is the whole reason I love the show. Just because it's more relatable to real life, and it's still a goddamn cartoon at the same time. It's beautifully animated and hand-drawn, and it still goes through your standard tropes of looking for a girlfriend, having the girl that, you know, you feel like you're going to be friend-zoned, but you all know is the one true love of your life. And of course, as fans of the show, you end up having real-life shipping moments here and there, like Rigby with Margaret's best friend. I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. I just want to get this level done with, because I've been recording for almost a half hour. Still, I'm amazed I got a lot of this content done and over with. So I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Hey. We didn't beat a minute. Daihatsu. I think I raced a Demio last time, and I actually struggled. But let it be known that the king of short racing cars is the one and only British Taxi. Hello, Governor. But alright, let's go ahead and pop a save state. Get ready and get out of here for the day. I don't want to go racing. Actually, let's go ahead and view over what other races we have left. We've got 2 tournaments that are going to be beefer parts on their own. We have the Historic Car Cup, which is 246 through 394. And we have Tahiti Road Grindelwald, which is also going to be 246, and we'll cap that off at 394. So I'll kind of jump and duck through that. I'm probably going to use the Audi, but I might even find one more car to use just because, you know, these cars are fun. I kind of want to use the Impreza on these just because it'll go way faster, because I can just tune it as I please. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at our prize cars for the day. We get the Mugen CRX Pro, Pro-Dat 2, a Demio A-Spec. This is actually a decent car for a minivan, and the Mugen Beat. Look at that pissant. It's even in a ugly yellow. Get that out of here. But alrighty, we are damn near close. Damn near close to the end of the special events. So with that being said, I'm going to go and figure out what to race on. Rather, what to race with. And you know what? Considering I can win one more of these, I'm going to sell this off, and I'm going to show off a car that I will show off in one of the tournaments. Just because I can. And that will cap off our episode for the day. So in the Toyota, you got a special. It's like, oh, they have this nice Corolla rally car. Big deal. That's not what we're after. We're after this thing. Meet the GT1 road version. Oh, and they also have another car here, which I believe is the Tom Supra racing variant. This is a decent car as well if you want to enter a 691 racing. If there's like a 691 requirement, you enter that thing. Anyways, the GT1 road version. This is a fantastic car. Mainly for one reason. You got a tune, and it's like, okay, it doesn't seem like it's all that well and good. But it's already got its weight reduction. It's already got it can't be made racing. I believe it comes with its tires. Yeah, it comes with the tires. But there's one thing you can add to this thing, and I don't mean the drivetrain. Because you can't tune this thing in any way, but there is tuning that you can do. And that is, not the intercooler, but of course, the turbo. You can buy this thing Stage 4 turbo. Look at the horsepower on this thing. 975. I'm just going to buy that because that's so sublime. I'm going to get in that car if I... Okay, I'm already in it. The GT1 Road Car 98. And we're going to go 0 to 1,000. I'm going to give you a sample of what's to come whenever I do one of those tournaments. First, we'll get this thing set up. It's tuned to 23. I'm going to tune that to 21. Actually, I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to get our super soft tires on there. Just checking. I could spend another 100 grade on that stuff, but okay. I should learn to not beat around the bush and So here's what this car can do. This is the 0 to 1,000 test right here. Watch this. Watch this. There's a reason the speedrun of... There's a reason the official speedruns use this car. Did you see that? Did you see that? I just blew everything out of the water here, and I'm definitely using this. This is 1 mil well spent. So let's get that going in. That's going to be a safe state. Pop. So next time we meet, we're going to take... I'm going to do a little digging around. I'm going to take on the rest of the miniature sort of modes, the 245s through 394. And after that, it's going to be 3 tournaments back to back to back, probably very little commentary. Hopefully I'll hold you guys to that. But then we're going to cap it off with the World Championship. And I'm going to pray that I get the Toyota prize car out of this, because I have been trying to get it on my hardware. I still haven't got it on my hardware, by the way. I keep getting the goddamn there's a blue Skyline you get. I can't remember the name of it. But that's going to be what I do. See you guys then. Thank you so much, and have yourselves a fantastic evening, folks. I love you all. Take it easy.